All right, there we are. Just want to make sure that we are live. This is one of my cats right here. This little ball of fluff to the side. This is her back leg. All right, so we're about to get into the reading. All right, so this reading is going to be about some sort of spiritual integration, maybe even ancestral realignment, or some sort of resting, but it's like an empowered type of rest, okay? And this is not punishment, it's not stagnation, all right? So the first thing that came out was this card, Dive Deep Shadow Work, okay? Some of you could work with Mama Kosha. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. I know she is a sea goddess. So some of you could be connecting to different sea goddesses from different cultures. Maybe you guys are being led to do like a sea meditations, sea magic, healing through the sea or something like that. Maybe some of you live near the sea or work with sea goddesses. Maybe you guys are seeing mermaids as a confirmation for others of you, but this is something to do with emotional depth. It's something to do with healing waters. And there's a reason, if you guys have had to slow down the past few months or maybe the past year, this was a forced slowdown because it was doing something to you on a soul level. And Spirit really needed you to descend beneath your usual productivity cycle in order to heal something that was very foundational. And so you've been working constantly for years. But the unseen work, like the emotional cleanups, the grief, or even the ancestral grief or subconscious fears, things like that needed attention. And so every delay you have been experiencing for the past year or few months, every cancellation, every stagnancy, what felt like stagnancy or even fatigue or resting moments, or maybe it's been illness or something, but it was to force you to kind of, in a metaphorical, symbolical type of way, it was forcing you to go underwater for a while, and so that you can rise as the next version of yourself, because you can't rise as the next version of yourself without knowing the depths of that version it was kind of built upon. And so this isn't or hasn't been time off. It's actually been a deep initiation. Okay. So maybe some of you have been let go. Maybe some of you have been taking time off or sick days. Maybe you guys, you've been slowing down, or things have been slow for you, you know, like I said, over the past few months, maybe the past year. And this is the reason why, or what's going on here. And then we have drawing the moon, empowerment. And I feel like this card is why, because the purpose of rest is reconnection to some sort of authentic empowerment, maybe even reconnection to some sort of lunar rhythm or energy. And so you're learning to channel things instead of chasing things. You're learning to magnetize things to you rather than just grind all the time. Drawing down the moon can remind us that true power isn't always about being in constant doing or constant working, but sometimes true power, it lies within kind of being in a receptive alignment, to just channel certain things instead of chasing certain things. And it's like Spirit wanted to teach you something, or maybe even reteach you how to co-create through some sort of energy instead of exhausting yourself. And so this downtime that you've been having or experiencing has kind of been like your apprenticeship, in a way to kind of like, maybe in a way kind of like effortlessly manifest in a way. That could be for some of you. And then we have Forgotten Ghosts Reunion. And so this could, for some of you, be about like ancestral or even like past life reconnection. So some of you could have, I hope you guys can see this. Oh, you guys may have some sort of spirits or ancestors or even old aspects of yourself that's resurfacing, maybe through dreams or synchronicities or just like waves of certain emotions. And your rest time, your downtime has been allowing the veil to really thin. And so they can reach you when you're not busy, like when on your downtime, when you're resting, when things are finally quiet enough for you to hear them, that's when they can reach you. And for some of you, these spirits or these ancestors, or again, for some of you, old aspects of yourself needed to communicate with you and they couldn't until you slowed down. So for others of you, that could be a message for you as well, or maybe all of these things resonate for you. But yeah, the ones, for some of you, the ones who walk before you are kind of like stepping forward right now, and they're wanting you to kind of sit still so that they can meet up with you. They're stepping forward so that they can meet up with you, but you have to be still enough for it to happen. Okay, that's for some of you, maybe not all of you. We have the cornbread card as well. Maybe someone here is eating some cornbread as a confirmation. You know, cornbread is a very comforting type of food, especially here in the South. It's a food that represents community and comfort. You know, it's sustainable. It's kind of like a Southern folk symbol of sharing blessings or just honoring the simple things. And this could be a symbolic reminder that some of you have been humbled. And it's not out of punishment, but out of remembering why you work. And so the slowdown is teaching you that your purpose isn't productivity. Your purpose is service. It's nourishment, or it's simply just your presence. Okay? And so spirit kind of took you off the hamster wheel so that you could rediscover the happiness or joy of just simply giving, not just producing, but actually giving, actually being of service and more nourishing type of ways, or more present type of ways, different things for different people. And so resting, or this downtime, whether it's in the past or in the present, is kind of helping you refill your plate so that you can feed other people again. It's helping you refill your plate, refill your energy, so that you can be of service to other people again, so that you can help nourish other people again, so that you can show up and be in the present moment for other people again. And so this downtime or resting period it had to happen, and it's going to benefit you in the long run anyway. And so the reason why you've been slowed down isn't because you're lazy. It's not because you're a failure. It's quite literally spiritual maintenance. And I think a lot of you guys have been called to do like more water magic, sea magic, working more with sea goddesses or gods. Maybe you guys have been wanting to go to the sea or the ocean more, or just bodies of water. Maybe you guys are doing like a lot of different rituals in the shower or the tub. And this is definitely a confirmation. This is your reading. And it's like this certain, for some of you, certain water goddesses, certain sea goddesses have been calling you into like this deep water energy for shadow healing. I know for me personally, it's been Goddess Ran, R-A-N. Goddess Ran has been doing that for me. And it could be a different type of sea goddess, you know, for different people. Like in this, it's Mama Kosha. So I think Oshun is connected to water. That could be for someone else. Trying to think of some other water ones right now. Even Medusa, honestly, Medusa's connected to the sea. You know, other people could be, it could be other things for other people, but the deep water energy is very symbolic for shadow work and shadow healing. And you guys could be really connected to the moon as well, or maybe you were in the past, and this is because the moon has been or was teaching you to draw your power through some sort of intuition instead of force. And so I feel like a lot, that's interesting. You guys got, this is pretty much an ancestor card with a returning ghost, and then the cornbread being very symbolic, you know, to family and community. So a lot of you guys, your ancestors are returning with some sort of guidance. And with the cornbread card, you know, humility will multiply your blessings. And so the past months being a bit off for you, or the past year being a bit off for you, this is all a part of divine timing, because you have been in a position to reset yourself so that your next harvest comes from an energy that feels less burnt out. Because a lot of you are very healing to your community or your workplace or your clients. You're very nurturing, you're very nourishing, very healing. And whatever it is you do, whether it's you as a person or whether it's a part of your career. And a lot of you guys were completely burnt out. You're very drained. And so for a lot of you, this literally had to happen so that you could fill up this plate again, so that you could pass out this cornbread to a bunch of people. All right. You can't fill this up if the ingredients is low. All right. You got to make cornbread somehow. So you really had to reset and replenish yourself so that you can keep giving. All right. But yeah, some of you could live by a sea or an ocean or a body of water. Some of you could live out in like a forest. Someone here could live out in the mountains. Someone here could live somewhere in the South in America. All right, just a little extra confirmations. I'm also seeing the number 22, 24, and 46. That could be an age, or the 22 or 24 could be a birth date. But I love you guys so much. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.